You say, wow, let's enjoy some fun conversation. We'll be shooting the shelf around the nation. Let's start shooting the shelf.
Good morning.
Hi.
I'm not on a delay. I mean, I'm on a delay, but I don't think my network is on a delay.
Oh.
I moved my Wi-Fi router to right here over my computer desk,
even
though it's plugged directly into the Ethernet cable.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I guess I just have crappy internet service. Hey, good morning. It is time for Shooting the Shelf, episode 183. I'm Jesse. That's Curtis. We're here this way. Darla knows him.
Yeah, she does.
What's going on, Curtis?
Not much. I got really pumped because that song is really good. It's probably one of the top 3 theme songs in the community. Yeah.
I'd go so far as to say top 1.
Although this one might be better.
Curtis A reached out to me, said make a theme song for my show. Said alright, just give me all the details, man. And my homie says he don't know. Well, if you're gonna pay me big bucks, cause I might should have something to say. He said, you know what I bring, I'm the customizing king, nothing else matters anyway. So is he gonna have guests? I don't know. Is he gonna go live? I don't know. What time will it be? What will you see? I'm pretty much in the dark, but I can guarantee he'll be customizing action figures, getting paint all on his fingers. It's art by Ackerman. It's art by Ackerman. Tips and tricks and conversation, sharing his gift with every nation. It's art by Ackerman. Art by Ackerman. You best get ready, cause now it's time for Art by Ackerman.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I would say that that's probably in the top 2 theme songs, but there's one that's universally known as the best theme song around. I think we got that one here. Let's see.
Laredo, take us out.
Take her out.
Every Friday night, join the fun and let's go off-world. Geek out with us live, where the nerdiness will thrive. Buckle up and let's go off-world. Toys, comics, pop culture news, movies and so much more. Curtis, Joji, and the whole crew are your guides on this fun-filled tour. Take flight each and every Friday night. Join the fun and let's go off-world. Let's go off-world. Let's go off-world. Hey, hey, hey. Let's go off-world tonight.
Yeah, that's the best one. That's the best one. So, but all amazing, super talented artists that put those together. So,
Indeed.
Yeah.
Gonna have to now pay royalties to all those other shows for playing their full theme songs.
That's all right. I know a few people. So. You ready to get into this?
Yes. Well, since you played 5 minutes of theme songs, I'm gonna run through the chat super quick. How's that?
You can try.
Legends Collector, Dylan's out here. Yo, and a bottle of rum. Recon Rage. What's up, sir? V-Dog.
Oh.
There we go. V-Dog. Who is this? Articulated Times. What's up, Steve? Dave Orkin is here. Jennifer Sykes. I guess Curtis is doing the buttons. I don't know what's going on anymore. Curtis, why don't you just take it away?
All right. We got Hank G51. We got Dub3 in the house. William Husted is here. We got Omar Muniz, Jesse Marshall. We are Marshall. Darla Ackerman, I know her, and she's right over there. I am is here. The rest is all silent. Hey, Jeremy Dewitt. I know that guy. Super talented. Then we got this guy.
Walakusiana, it's a heat video or something like that.
Nailed
One
it.
more time, Ricky. One more time.
Yeah.
Gugusiko Kui echoes of real something like that.
Nailed it. We got Toy Podcast here. The artist formerly known as Twizzler19. Downright Diabetic. We got my son Ty here. Very unfortunate name he's using. We got Freaks Figures. Welcome, Freaks. Brian Lynn in the chat. We got Tanya McCoy. Jesse, you're in the chat and on screen. Got JMax77, MJ Staten, Ruben Medina, Kevin McCoy. That's two McCoys, folks. Jeremy Govier. Kevin Hamilton of Kevbox Toys down in Euless, Texas. If you're down in Euless, Texas, stop by his toy store. It's pretty awesome from what I hear. Mark, a.k.a. Crom316 is here. We got this guy. I'll have to watch for him. Burris. I don't know about that guy. Stacy Lin here is here. So we got two McCoys, three Lins. Let's see. Rad Toys Galaxy. El Tidy. It's not past his bedtime. That's crazy. Psycho Ed is here as well. Scrolling. Sig is here. Michael Morales, Sean Chipman, and Trevor 16 Shooter, followed by James Studio Mudio. Oh. That's it. That's everybody.
All right.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, folks. Thanks for joining us in the chat. If you're watching the replay, thanks for watching there. Always good to have you around and interacting with us. So tonight we've got two very, very special guests pulling a double header today, kicking off their morning and wrapping up their nights online, this time with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the two men that pioneer and lead the way to MuskeCon in Muskegon, Michigan. That was so stupid.
Toys, music, hookers, and blow. MuskeCon.
Put your hands together digitally for the one and only Jeremy Dewitt and Pete McCarthy. I guess I'll bring it on.
You always bring them on.
What up, though?
What's going on?
Hello. You said you pulled the Phil Collins, the Studio. I actually went down a rabbit hole the other day of like live Phil Collins like clips.
Yeah.
It was wonderful, man. That guy's a freaking national treasure.
Love him.
It's so funny you bring that
I don't know
back.
if you shared it. Go ahead, Pete. Sorry.
Go ahead, Jesse.
I was gonna say someone shared the clip of him like on stage during like a rainstorm, like walking back to the drums to do the whole
Yeah.
Feel It in the Air Tonight.
Yeah. So
There-
good.
I did the exact, and I don't know why the other day, but I fell down a rabbit hole and I was like, and there was two songs that I didn't realize were Phil Collins. And then Another Day in Paradise came on and I was like, oh, poor people. Yeah, I just got me in my feels, man.
I did not know that, Kevin, and I don't know if that's serious or if you're just making up shit either. So
I don't think Texans make jokes about Texas stuff.
Gotcha.
Phil Collins actually built the basement.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
My
don't
brother
mess with Texas.
On the Alamo,
Yeah. I think Pee Wee's bike is down there. So.
Lincoln's Tomb.
Well, at the start of our show, we do a little thing called Shelf Selections, where we pull up some pictures from Instagram that inspired us during the week. So we're going to go ahead and get right to that now, starting with, this is one of mine. This is from our good friend Elijah Baker, aka Captain Firebeard Baker. does some amazing outdoor photography in the wonderful area that he's in over there in the UK. And this just looks fantastic. I love the outdoor scene, the way that he's got these like Lernian guards plus that custom head there. Just perfect time of the day. I like how the moss and stuff feels like it's in scale with these folks. So yeah, did a great job. Jesse?
Yeah, this is great with the mountains and everything in the background. This feels like straight out of a scene from Braveheart or something. Just that it's gorgeous. It's an amazing shot. I wish I was there.
Jeremy, thoughts on this one?
Thoughts? Well, I think it's very bright, and for some reason, I'm really drawn to it. And usually, I like darker stuff. So, I must be getting weaker in my old age or something. But no, beautiful shot. I'm always seeing his stuff, and he does wonderful work. Not to mention, he smells really nice. So
yeah, and he was in the Batman. So
well, there you go. We know a guy who was in the Batman.
Exactly. Pete, thoughts on this one?
I mean, the shot's obviously beautiful, but I love that dude. And,
right?
Like, I met him and I was like, I'm not sure I've ever been so confused when introducing myself to somebody. I was like, this guy's got dark skin, ginger hair, and an English accent. I'm not sure he knows what he is other than amazing. He is just one of those guys, man. He is. He's one of those guys you walk into LegionsCon and you see him and you just light up because you can't not. He just that his energy, and I think the world of that dude. So yeah, great shot, great toys, blah blah blah. The dude that took the picture, absolutely awesome.
Yeah, he showed up at LegionsCon like 3 years ago, and we're in a group chat together. But there's it's one of those group chats where there's like 100 different things posted in there every day, and so I just can't keep up. So apparently, in our group chat, he told us that he was coming in to LegionsCon. He was just going to be there for one day, and I didn't catch it. So when I saw him at LegionsCon, like I just lit up, man. I was so excited to see him. So yeah, awesome, dude. All right, this is one of Jeremy's. Jeremy, you want to talk to us about this one?
So I'm not a Star Wars guy, but I have this buddy, and I've known him for a really long time. His name is Brian Seabolt. This is his from his page, Metal Jedi, and he's been doing this thing for like. I picked this one in particular because it's Darth Maul. It was his 666th entry. He's been posting an action figure a day, and I figured I'd give him some love because I usually talk mad shit about him to his face. So
that's commitment. I mean, doing something daily for that long it doesn't matter what it is. That's
we got it looks like 44 people. So you guys, here we go. This is his stuff. Now he can stop harassing me for not looking at his stuff.
You know what to do, folks. If there's something cool on here and you're not following them, give them a follow so your Instagram can be that much cooler.
Yeah. It's mostly Star Wars stuff, but there is one more pick that was kind of called out to me. So
all right. Yeah, I love this. Obviously Darth Maul is an awesome character anyway. Got the extra light from the lightsabers, and then I love this whatever we got going on here that makes it kind of look like it's old film.
Yeah, kind of like the weathering on it. Yeah. I'm not sure what he uses, but
it looks like it's an old projector reel or something. So yeah, I like that.
Crate Girl says looks like a long lost Def Leppard release cover. I think they're getting their Star Wars scenes confused. I believe it's Luke that loses a hand. So swing and a miss on the Def Leppard reference. Am I right?
There you go.
Well, I mean, Maul loses his whole lower half of his body.
That was an amputation joke, Jesse, and you're ruining it.
Different kind of amputation. And that's Steph. That's Steph working Create Girl.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. I actually know her.
You do.
So
that's why I clarified.
Jesse,
I don't. There's a lot of names on here of people that I know, but I don't ever see them on our live feed on Sunday mornings, which is weird.
They're probably watching New to Mythics.
Schmerber.
I don't blame them.
I don't blame them. I'd be on New to Mythics if they'd invite me.
Jesse, thoughts on this one?
I think it's really cool. Yeah, I love that that grainy film effect. Like it looks like you're watching some like old like dub of a VHS tape, that you got from a friend that like pirated it off of a Blockbuster rental or something. It's really, it just adds a really, that it just makes the picture look that much more less of a toy, and adds that like realism to it that just makes it pop. It's really cool. I would love to see this scene unfold.
Nice.
I like
it. Oh shit, Tiny coming in. Do better, Pete, and maybe he would. So there you go. That's Brett Stoddard.
That Stoddard obviously, for one, refused to give me a hug and forever be on my shit list. But yeah, I have no desire to do better. In fact, I don't want to do as well as we're doing now. So
it's actually stepped up quite a bit since Cody's been gone. Like you've actually taken the reins pretty well. So
isn't that weird?
I know, right?
Now I'm afraid when he quits.
Okay, so first callback of the show, Phil Collins. Yeah, everybody on my show, the My Wife's Gonna Kill Me podcast, is the guy. They could have saved somebody from drowning, but they didn't. And I watched them all, and I know. So
I my phone and recorded it.
Jesse, I believe this is one of yours, correct?
Yes, this is Kill Cutter Photo. This is you got, I know, Curtis's favorite Xenomorph and a Demogorgon, and Thanos has got them on chains, or they've got, I don't know, I don't fully know what's going on here, but I just thought it was cool to see these three very disparate characters, either in combat or in league with each other. And yeah, I would watch this show.
Pete?
So hey, Pipe, this is my daughter Piper Sue. She's my youngest of four. She is the feistiest and yet the most adorable. So that's Jesse, and that's Curtis, and then you, of course, Uncle Jeremy. What do you think of this picture? So you got the alien from the Aliens movie, you got Thanos from Avengers, and then you've got the Demogorgon from Stranger Things. What do you think? You think it's a pretty cool picture?
Yeah.
Did a good job, didn't they?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool how they did the little background and whatnot, little solar flare?
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. So can we get a big round of applause in the chat? She performed yesterday, did an amazing job at her cheerleading competition. She's a flyer. Ooh. They tried to drop her, and she was like, nope, not going to happen. And she stayed up. So
nice.
Love you.
Jeremy, thoughts on this one?
Beautifully done. I like the fire effect in the front there. That's cute. But yeah, this looks like it could be in like a magazine or something.
Yeah.
I have a newfound respect for this since I've been playing around a little bit, taking pictures of figures and just literally just goofing around, little cheap ass light box, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm amazed. The Strongs, the Trevors, these guys. I mean, I'm amazed at what it actually takes to pull this off. Because I take a picture that I'm so proud of, and I was like, oh my gosh, Nate Strong would think I'm such a loser if I post this publicly. He would just shame me, All
I've been doing is throwing Glyos in snow and snapping a pic and look at that.
What?
He is so right. That is the most
put it in a square.
It's Old Man Kyle. I gotcha.
Old Man Kyle.
Okay.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Yeah, Jesse, as you know, I'm not a huge fan of the Aliens movies, but I did watch Alien Romulus this weekend. I actually enjoyed it. I thought that was pretty good. I'm not sure what these characters are doing together, but it is cool. And other than the Demogorgon's knee joint, I really can't tell that these are even action figures. Like, it looks like it's something out of a show or a movie. So really good job taking these toys and making them look not like toys.
Is this a photographer that you guys regularly see cool stuff from?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he does a really great job.
I'm trying to follow people on Instagram as we're talking, because I don't have a ton of cool toy stuff like this. It's mostly female prison pen pals, ironically enough. I don't know how
weird.
I don't know how that happened, but yeah.
Oh.
So
yeah, crazy algorithms.
Yeah.
Jesse, were you gonna say something else?
it just hit me. I don't know what it is. Something about the position of the Xenomorph and the Demogorgon. I feel like, maybe Little John's in the background going, yeah, and they're like dropping it low.
What?
Maybe that's it. All right. Next one is one of mine. This is Insta Figurine, using Mafex Superman there, and I don't know what the hell this guy did, but he's putting him in ice, and I just thought this was really cool the way that he did this. So, Jeremy,
very well done. I like that. I always forget that he's got cold breath. Mm-hmm. I'm like, well, he's clearly using his laser eyes to get him. No, he's not. He's doing the thing. Very well done. What Superman figure is that? Is that from the Dark Knight?
Yeah, the Dark Knight Returns. Mafex Superman.
Very cool.
Yep.
I was never a huge Superman fan, but man, sometimes.
Yep. Pete?
Yeah, it's very cool. The artistry of what this is very fun. I'm not a DC guy. That's no secret. Superman's lame. Anybody that can't be killed is not fun or exciting. Because the threat of mortality is what makes a hero truly a hero. Because a real hero goes out and does the right thing, even though something bad could happen, and Superman's like, nah, whatever. So, but no, I think it's absolutely awesome. And I forget about the cold breath, but the block of ice, it makes me wonder. Like, I look at that and I go, is that actually like a plastic block of ice that he did something with, or is that digital? Like, I can't tell. And that's what's super impressive to me. Because I could see that like on Big Bad Toy Store, like blocks of ice for your action figure photography, or like I said, it could be digital. I don't know, but it's really, really cool.
Yep.
Follow Insta Figurine.
Yeah, absolutely. The views of Pete McCarthy do not necessarily represent the views of Shooting the Shelf. Superman's awesome. Jesse, thoughts on this one?
Clearly, the dude in the ice was manspreading in public, and Superman's like, "Time out, buddy." Plus, you gotta put on some deodorant too. So he's just doing civil public service at this point. So in a way, he's kind of like Pete here.
Gotcha.
Not as much in an emergency capacity, just in helping out the neighborhood. This is a great shot. Superman's thick.
Yeah, he is. He's thick. Double C.
Pete.
She is the baby for sure. She's the one. She's so sweet. Like, she's so sweet. Like, she'll cuddle up to you, and she's so sweet you don't realize she's actually lodging a knife right in your spinal cord.
Yeah, I can see
that. Today's current climate, I don't want to get political, but this guy obviously was already following commands. He was freeze. He was spread him. He yelled freeze. That command was for him, not for Superman. Superman overstepped. I could see the police officer being like, hey, Superman, like, we already had him. Like, excessive use of force. Go back to Krypton.
But I don't ever get to use this power.
Yeah. Oh. Might not be the time that Superman wants to be associated with ice. So, right, Jesse.
I think it's great. I thought I made a joke. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at my other screen and it hadn't caught up yet. This is from Koki, Monica, Mrs. Echevarria. This is a custom she put together and I believe painted, and I just think it's really cool. If you go to her page and look at this, you can hear because Koki's a type of frog, and you can hear the chirps of the frog on the page. It's really cool. But yeah, I love all the kind of like tribal motif in the armor and everything. It just makes a really cool custom.
It's awesome. Pete?
Very cool shot, very cool custom. And she's just an absolute sweetheart. I got to meet G, and we had a frigging riot. And then of course he introduced us to the family. And she put some super fun pictures of her Pocket Glaos on the Adventures of Pocket Glaos page. She's participates and plays in that with us. Yeah, she's awesome. So this literally could have been a picture of G using the wet wipes that are mentioned in the comments, and I still would have loved it because it was taken by her. So
yeah, and don't listen to G. She doesn't always look angry. I've seen her smile a lot of times. So
big time.
Yeah. Jeremy thought
she only looks angry when G is talking.
That's true.
To me, this is ridiculously cute, especially with like the skulls and everything on here. I love froggies, so this is beautiful to me. I think the colors really pop, and I want one in my collection.
Yeah, she's been doing really good though. I love that their whole family will just kind of sit down and paint and customize and just have fun together. And all of them. Ture's been getting really good. I've seen some good stuff from G. He posted something yesterday in our customizing group with this like metal that metallic blue that was like really awesome. And then Kogi's obviously been killing it. So great job from the whole Echevarria clan. Nice work. Next is one of my picks. This is from M.W. Forrester, pretty much a regular on these shelf selections. And I just love this lighting on here. These Crossroads characters, very muted colors, but with those translucent little wings, and then you've got that bright light coming from behind, and you kind of see those through the wings, and then the gold knight armor just in front of her. I just thought this was really well done. So good job, Jeremy.
Very beautifully done. That light absolutely makes the picture, where it seems like everything is mainly just gray,
Mm-hmm.
just shades of gray, and then you have boom, God, that pinkish purple. That's beautiful.
Really well.
Very well done. Good eye.
Pete.
Yeah, it's stunning. I think it's probably the right word for it. Everything you guys said and then some. That's very, very cool. The little stuff that I think is always really neat when you're looking at a lot of these pictures is the obviously the attention to detail and the other things. Like this would have been an amazing shot without the armor up front, without the rat, but just those little added details just go from really, really good to great.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I saw this earlier, and just the color and the composition really caught my attention. I didn't notice the gold armor till Curtis was talking, and I was trying to figure out how it was posed, and I zoomed in and I realized it's not posed. Well, it is, but she's turned the guy into the rat. Like, so this is after he's lost his challenge with her, and she has turned him into one of her minions. So that's just cooler. Like the empty armor with the mouse crawling out of it. And I mean, talk about storytelling. I didn't even
pick up on that. I noticed that it wasn't like an actual figure, like it was like loose armor, but I didn't even catch that she turned him into a rat. That's awesome. Very cool.
Yeah, that makes it even cooler.
I don't even know, is it subtle? I mean, I don't know if it's subtle sexiness.
There's nothing subtle about that thigh.
Nope. There it is.
Yep.
All right. Next one is what is this? This is Jesse's.
No, this one was mine.
Gotcha. Snuck one in.
That was a little subterfuge I threw at the beginning.
Yeah.
I told you I just take Glaos and throw them in the snow. Boom.
Yeah.
Works.
Yep.
Now this is a cool figure. Pete, do you have one of these?
I don't have one of these.
Oh man,
I'm actually a hardcore supporter of the Glaos people. I'm not just a jump in, pre-order bandwagon afterthought, get a good gift kind of guy. So I don't have this figure, but I thought it was a really fun shot. It's an amazing figure, and it was taken by an amazing person, even though he hurt me.
Didn't he introduce you to Glaos?
No, that's not how I recall it going down.
He totally introduced me to Glaos. All those ones that I bought before that don't count. So
Nope. No, this kind of speaks to what it looks like at home right now. There's so much snow, and it is so cold.
It is so cold.
Never in my life have I missed Fat Peter more than I have this last week. It's so cold.
Jesse, thoughts on this one?
This is really cool. When I saw this the other day, I don't know if I realized it was Jeremy's. I was just like, oh, that's a really cool picture. And I thought I liked it. If I didn't, I apologize. But when Pete sent it to me, I was like, oh, cool. Oh, wait, this is from Jeremy. I didn't realize the figure was that much in contention at the time. But yeah, I didn't even see this colorway of this version.
That's because you couldn't. Nobody saw it until they got the packages, Jesse. That's why I'm so upset. Because when we ordered the Infinite Faden figures and we responsibly got all three in a timely manner, we got some cool pink pieces. And then they decided we're going to do our only pre-order in 19 years of making Glyos. And then the people that didn't get in on the deal like they should have, they got to order late, and then they got blue stowaway Glyos pieces, and we did it.
And I got the whole figure. The other people are like, I got the head pack. Look, I got the leg pack. I'm like, I got the everything pack. So good.
That's really cool of them, because when I got something, because this is from Onell, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yep.
One of the things I ordered from them, I don't know if it was on eBay or if it was through it was like a blue and gray Faden of some sort, but like they came with like a yellow head that kind of looked like the Thing, like it's kind of rocky. And Steph told me that was one of like a discontinued head that they hadn't made in forever or something.
Oh, yeah, they threw that in as a cool little stowaway to be able to put on those figures. And then packages started showing up with figures that in colorways that we had never even seen. And people were just like opening up their package, and there'd be there's the legs, the arms, the torso and cannon, and then, or a belt and cannon, and then the heads. So everybody was just getting random pieces. So you could like put a translucent piece on, and then people started chasing, to try to build the whole figures, which was kind of fun as well. But there has been gold, pink, blue. Is that it, Jeremy? Gold, pink, and blue that they've done stowaways?
So. I think so, yeah.
I like that.
Orange, gold, pink, blue, and orange. There's been 4 translucent or 3 translucent and 1 gold colorway. So
I thought you were somehow calling the orange gold, and I was just stupid.
No, there's actually a gold. There's actually a gold one as well.
Okay, yeah. Then I have the full orange and I have the full blue.
I like that Jesse said that he didn't see this because it's translucent, and it got Pete riled up. And he literally didn't see it, so that it works on a bunch of levels. I appreciate that.
Dang.
But yeah, I love snow photography. I always want to take my ice troll and go out and take some photos, and then I realize that it's cold and wet out there, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's the part that sucks, is actually going out there.
Right.
But that's not a bad idea. I think this snow is going to stick around for a minute. I think we're getting more tomorrow, so I should bring out my ice troll.
The ice troll is a great one to have out there. It just looks so good in the snow,
especially with that awesome ice sword.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Dang. I have to think about that one.
Next is one of Jesse's, I think.
Yes, and I did make sure both of these are actual figures. I wasn't sure about the Balrog because I had not seen it before, but it is from Hellcat, the same company I think that makes the Gandalf here in the front. But I love that they've got, Gandalf like completely, facing away from the camera. And, this is kind of the end of the fight when he's fighting the Balrog at the top of the mountains. And just that flame effect just really standing out from the background. Now, some of the snow and the elements in the picture are real, but the background, like the mountainous view in the back, is photoshopped in or something. But he does have another behind the scenes picture where you can see the setup in the yard or wherever he is. This is Right Hand of Orthanc. And I just thought this was really cool. And I thought it was really cool that Hellcat made I believe it's a static figure, like it doesn't move, the Balrog, but to go with the Lord of the Rings figures they're doing.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you brought that up because last week we had an account on here that I was saying I was amazed by, and Jesse was saying that he couldn't believe that it wasn't AI, and we had a behind the scenes that we looked at, and apparently not only was the picture AI, but the behind the scenes was AI, and I was alerted to that after the show. So sorry about that, but apparently Jesse did more homework on this one than I did last week. And yes, this does look super cool. So nice job, Jeremy.
I can feel how both simultaneously cold and hot this picture is. It's done really well, especially with like the the effect of the snow moving around and all that. Very beautifully done, and I would not want to be there at all.
Pete.
Yeah, and again, a lot of these photos end up being a kind of a lesson in photography when it comes to perspective and foreground and the direction of lighting and different things. Like these people are legit. Like they're not somebody just throwing a figure they didn't deserve into a snow pile and take a picture with their iPhone. These people are photographers, and it shows in the quality of product. And I took 2 semesters of college photography, and it was some of the most fun classes that I ever took. And there are still 20 years later, still when I take pictures, even of just kids, grandson, different things that I remember some of the rules of 3. And if it doesn't add, it takes away. And some of those very foundational principles of photography. And then these guys and gals, because I don't know these people other than their names, but I mean, they're legit. These people are practiced photographers. They're educated. They know, whether self-educated or not, they know what they're doing. And that's what brings such a quality product to something as simple as social media, Instagram,
Absolutely. Next,
and the cool thing about it.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say most of them are just doing it for the fun of it because they love the toys, they love sharing the hobby, and some of them are professionals and get paid for stuff, and that's awesome. But like a lot of these posts are just from people who just are exploring their hobby and their own creativity, and it's really cool. Sorry.
And it's cool to see hobbies collide. The toy collecting hobby is what brought so much of us together. And then you look at the customizers and the photographers and the podcasters and people doing other mediums that are passionate to them, but it all comes back to the toys themselves, which is just super fun, man.
Yeah. This one is the Legion's Forge. And I saw this gentleman was selling a bunch of heads on the Cabal. And this one in particular, I was just amazed by the way that this looked. It's this like rock creature head that he did in this like purple shale. And it just looked amazing. So I asked him if it was on his Instagram, and it was not yet. And I said, I need you to put it on your Instagram so that I can highlight it this week. Yeah. For reasons, I need you to put it on your Instagram, but I just think this is absolutely amazing. So great work, and definitely worth a follow. He's does some amazing paint work. So Jeremy.
I guess this is kind of showing that I love me some purple. Today is it's a good purple day. Beautifully done. Who did this? Does anybody know who did the sculpt? Or
I don't know who did the sculpt.
Okay. I just very curious about how the the thought process behind the jewels stopping up the beard and the mustache.
I don't know.
That's kind of fun.
It is cool.
I kind of want to do that now. But yeah, beautifully done. This is taking purple back for me. My Aunt Lynn ruined it for me back in the day, but and sort of Barney, but this is bringing me back. Today is a good day.
If you like purple, I know of a gang that you might be interested in.
Well, I know that. I know those guys. I've met them a couple times.
Pete.
First and foremost, I would love to join the Purple Gang, but in the 6th grade in the DARE program, I took an oath to not participate in any type of drugs, alcohol, or gang activity. So I just can't. And my oath means a lot to me. But
I can see that.
I will go on record on your show tonight saying this is probably one of the top 3 heads that I've ever seen painted in all of my exposure to customizers and Mythic Legions. This thing is 2 steps above fantastic.
Smooth,
And
right?
oh, it's, I mean, just everything about it in the way, the different textures, like, you know, the way the paint was applied to show the rock and the grit, and then of course the shine in the jewels. I mean, this is a master class in action figure painting, and it's, again, maybe stunning is the right word, maybe I don't know, but breathtaking. I mean, this thing is awesome.
Yeah,
Absolutely awesome. And it just really, really, really makes me want to see this guy put this on a figure to match and watch it be one of the most epic Mythic customs that's ever been made.
Yeah, and this is Jared Tanner on the Cabal, and he had this as well as many other heads for sale. So if anybody's interested, check that out in the Cabal.
Man, that thing's rad. Absolutely
Jesse.
rad.
It is the head is by Rocket Fist Customs.
Okay.
I think has a Patreon or something like that. So yeah, this is cool. I could see like what is it, Stan Winston or Henson Company or someone doing this as like a prosthetic for like a fantasy movie where you've got maybe the Durgar are actually made from stone or something like that, where, you know, they're so ingrained in the mountain that it's like actually part of them. This is so cool. Kevin said he wants to see it on the Legacy Valguard. That would look really cool with that gold.
Oh yeah,
It would
Gold,
totally
yeah.
change up the personality I'm seeing from this head as it is, but that would be really cool. Yeah, it's fantastic work. Legion Fort does awesome stuff.
This makes me want to see an entire 7-pack Roy G. Biv of various stone dwarfs. I'm thinking in my head, Toy Culprits logo with the Hagnons, but all of these guys, I mean, how freaking amazing would that be?
I meant to send this one to Jesse as well, but I forgot. So this is the front view of that. So
Damn, that's cool.
Oh wow, okay.
yeah.
I didn't realize the rock was more like a mohawk. I thought it was like lopsided to one side. That's really cool that the sculpt gives it that versatility from whatever angle you're looking at it. That's beautiful work.
Super cool. And then pull this back up. So next one, is this you, Jesse?
This is another one of mine. Yep.
Okay.
Another Gandalf versus Balrog, but we've got Balrog from Street Fighter. I was not trying to go for a pun with I just happened to grab 2 awesome pictures that were essentially the same subject matter. But this time we've got, I think it's the same. I don't know if it's the same Gandalf or not. I can't tell but yeah, I just thought this was a fun play on words. And I'm assuming that's the Jada Balrog there. But I just thought it was a fun twist on it. Because I grew up, you know, I probably heard of the Balrog from my brothers and Lord of the Rings stuff before, you know, when I was a little kid, but this Balrog was what introduced me to that name. So it was just made me laugh.
Pete?
I'm glad he explained it, because I was trying to figure out why Gandalf was fighting Mike Tyson. And then I was curious as to like whether or not they did a Mike Tyson figure. And then I got to thinking about, did they do an Evander Holyfield figure? And then I was like, does he have a head with a chewed off ear? And my brain totally ADHD'd the wrong way. So I'm glad he explained it. It's super fun. And anytime you can be punny, I just think is super fun. And the lighthearted aspect of doing something like this is just, it's great. So, and I mean, the photography is absolutely amazing as well, but the creativity behind building that scene is kind of a riot.
Jeremy?
You know, he's just giggling, going, "This is going to be cool."
Yeah.
And and it is funny, but like, it's so beautifully done that it's like, man, he put time into this, but but it's a joke, you know. But yeah, and I also this is the first time I ever heard a Balrog as well. Funny thing, and we talked about this on the show not that long ago, Pete, his real name was he was M. Bison. and then they changed the name when he came to America to Balrog. But yeah, he was M. Bison, so he was obviously based on Mike Tyson. But yeah, anyway, well done.
Yeah, these Street Fighter figures are really, I don't have any of them, but they look so good.
Yeah.
And yeah, nice work here with the, the lighting and the setup and everything. Like it's funny, but at the same time, like you said, it's very serious and cool looking. So great job.
Wolfie is saying, right? Wasn't that Dylan's nickname last year?
Sure.
Wolfie?
That's his name all the time.
Wolfgang Van Halen.
Yeah, he looks like Wolfgang Van Halen, so he's Wolfie.
Says that he thinks Storm Collectibles did a Mike Tyson or two. And this is another one from Jeremy.
Yeah. Real quick, Jeremy, I'm going to interrupt. I jumped on just because I had to know that purple dwarf head is $30.
Wow.
$30. That's it. I thought for sure that was going to be a $75 head when I saw that picture. If nobody's bought that already, I'm messaging this dude. I'm going to get that head. And then I just need to figure out what body to put it on. That thing is holy shit.
It'll enjoy its time on a grocery bag on your doorknob.
Kiss my ass. They're Dollar General bags.
Jeremy, what you got on this one?
I'm giving some more love to my buddy Seabolt, Metal Jedi.
Did you see he's in the chat?
He was. I'm not sure if he still is.
Okay.
Let me actually. I'm reviewing another one now. He really likes attention, so if you guys could just give him attention, that'd be great. No, I actually this one was pretty fun because I'm big on all the skeletons and all that stuff, and of course I think this was around Halloween. Might have actually been Halloween or something like that. But I love the little addition of like the sort of cartoony ghosts, the translucent white ghosts there and there, and yeah, I don't know, I think it's fun. I like cartoon ghosts anyway, so
yeah, this is a cool setup. The way that this is done with the fog and everything, and yeah, just really well done. Sorry, Jesse, go ahead.
No, my mic was muted anyway. And Jeremy, this has a special place. This figure has a special place in our.
It does. Yes.
Very hearts.
Yep.
Oh, because you guys revealed this one.
Yeah.
Well,
nice.
It was kind of our thing,
Yeah. That's.
I was still like, why am I up here?
Any other thoughts on this one, Jesse?
I think it's great. I didn't notice the whimsical ghosts until Jeremy said it, and then I was like, "Holy crap, they're right there!" And then I started hearing that one virtual thing from a couple years ago where it's like the ghosts harmonizing in the graveyard. But no, this is a great shot. I'm definitely yeah, that one exactly. I'm definitely gonna be following him after the show. So
there you
this
go.
is cool stuff.
Pete, any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, you can't drop that pick with that tune and not have more cowbell.
Oh,
So
It's true. This is true. All right.
it's super fun. I echo everything you guys said. That's a very, very cool picture. And it's fun and horror at the same time, which is just a cool blend.
Horror is fun.
Next, we've got Toy Lens, another amazing photographer that we feature a lot on this show. This is just a cool setup. He's got a behind the scenes on this, before he added in like the stuff with Photoshop, and just the posing on this and the way that this was set up to get this kind of perfect shot is pretty impressive. Great job. That's that new Iceman that they just came out with, along with all those other figures, and yeah, just really, really well done. Jeremy?
Love me some X-Men, and this is a pretty damn epic shot. I'm not, I have no idea what era these figures are from. I'm guessing they're all newer. But yeah, they look wonderful all together like that. Great background too.
Absolutely. Pete?
Top to bottom, left to right, this entire scene was very, very calculated. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. Wow.
Right?
Just like I said, you kind of move around and you notice it's you know, you have five figures in this thing, and they're all doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing or what you would expect them to do. And then he manages to tie them all together in a way that is very artistically pleasing, and then add in some amazing background and effects. Like this I feel like somebody at Marvel would be like, hey, Toy Lens, we've got a job for you, kind of, you know, quality. It's just beautiful.
We do,
and I hate
that
Cyclops.
often on this show is like if there's a figure that you weren't thinking about buying, and then you look at toy photography and it makes you want to buy it, that's like the best compliment that you can have. You know?
Absolutely.
Jesse,
I have an actually, but I'm going to keep it to myself because this picture is so damn awesome.
Go ahead, hit us with an actually.
It's super nerdy comic thing. The Angel's costume is out of place compared to everybody else's. Other than that, because all of these costumes and designs are from the 91, 92 reboot Jim Lee, and the Angel is from earlier in the X Factor run, or even before X Factor. But
I think Angel at this time would have had the metal wings and stuff, right?
He would have been Archangel at this point, but you know, or the other characters would have. But it's probably the newest and best version of that figure, so I totally get why he would use it instead of one of the other ones.
You know what?
And the fact that these are Marvel Legends just blows me away. They look so dang good.
And to be honest with you, Jesse, I don't know enough about X-Men. I felt like that costume was, I never would have said it on the show because I just figured I was going to be completely wrong. I didn't think about, I was thinking, I wasn't picturing his costume being red. I was picturing it being something different. I wasn't picturing Archangel, but with the way that the color scheme is in this shot, if that was the Archangel figure, that might actually elevate this picture with the way the blue and that magenta and then the metal wings would play into this shot. It might actually be better if it was the Archangel from that era. That's a great point.
Color-wise, I agree, but I think this Angel is a better figure build all around than the Archangel one.
The wings are definitely more dynamic and fun.
MJ's actually with this is Angel in his Champions uniform, so I'm gonna eat that with a bowl of crow.
Champion of what? He's like a level D character. You don't get to be a champion unless you're A or B. Everybody knows that.
I tell you what,
there's a book called The Champion.
I figured as much. I don't know shit. I was just trying to be funny.
That Marvel Legends Angel was my favorite Marvel Legends of last year, 24. It's a really, really good figure. So, all right. Next one is one of Jesse's.
This is from our buddy Dwayne over at the crap.
Destination Stoned.
Destination Stone. I was thinking Family Stone. I'm like, no, that's a Christmas movie. Destination Stone. This is Kern Ray in some sort of tube or pipe or some ice bore. I don't know. But I just thought it was really cool, and I could totally see this in a movie. You know, where characters are looking down this tunnel, like what's coming. You know, they can't see. It's just this like silhouette, and then like as it comes into focus, you see this character coming down, and I just thought it was really cool.
Your show makes me feel like a dick.
Why is that?
Because I just pull up Dwayne Stone Customs to follow, and the option was not follow. The option was follow back. Oops. Sorry, Dwayne.
Well, you've made it perfectly clear you don't do that sort of stuff on Instagram that much. So
I'm getting better.
Pete, thoughts on this one?
Super cool. The great gig in the sky as the music aspect. Like the figure's in like a shit pipe. So I don't know. Great gig in the sky and shit pipe doesn't line up, but no, it's super fun. And the way that it's centered and you kind of have that running away into nothing. It gives you that kind of exploration vibe, and it's really fun.
Awesome. Jeremy?
Yeah, it's kind of got a vibe like almost like he's coming out of a portal. He got dropped off, or he's coming into another dimension or something to, get a sandwich.
She.
Yes.
Who is El Tidy?
That's Brett.
Who?
Brett Stoddard.
Oh, the anti-hugger? Yeah. Leave your ass on red.
I think this is a cool shot. I don't think he's using a probe lens, but it kind of looks like it could be. And I think that just is just the way that this is set up, like inside that pipe or tube. And it looks super cool. I love it with the light in the background. So yeah, great work. This is one of my picks, Cincy John, who usually is in the chat. I'm not sure if he's here tonight. But I thought this was just really well done with the Red Death parts and those wings from the Jersey Devil, and then the kind of halo type piece from Ganesha, as well as that background with the lighting, to where you've got that like red light coming through the translucent wings of the Jersey Devil. This thing is just a super cool build and pose and photo and everything. So, Jeremy, this feels like something you would like.
This is something that I love right here. It's got a very Castlevania vibe for me. And I want to buy a new Castlevania game now, but they don't put them out anymore. So I'm really heartbroken. So I guess I will just have to live vicariously through photos by Cincy John.
Yeah, I will also live vicariously through that.
Mm-hmm.
Pete.
There's nothing I don't love about this picture. It's no secret to anybody who knows anything about me that black and red is my jam. And this thing is, the only thing I would say, I love how this shot is framed, but I would also like to see it full tip to tip, wings and feet. I'd like to see a full body of it as well.
Yeah.
But the cutting in closer like this does give it, I think, more of a menacing presence, which I think is absolutely dope.
Jesse, are you also thinking about touching tips with this one?
No, I'm listening to what Pete just said, and just the closeness of it, the way it's cropped in, it does feel like it's inappropriately, like, intimately close.
Yeah.
To whoever the subject is. Like, not trying to stir up stuff, but it feels like Jared Leto would be playing this character and just being super awkwardly uncomfortable to whoever the hero is that is in this position. But what I want to add to not focus on the Jared Leto of all that is he did a different picture a couple weeks ago of this same build that was lit differently in a different angle. And it, like, physically you can tell it's the same build, but the presence of it and the energy that picture gives off is completely different from this one. And I just think that's, goes to show, again, another aspect of a talented photographer.
And I think too, one of the, and this is obviously a huge assumption on my part. If we were to draw this back and get all of the wings, I think we would lose the impact of that face. The half cloaked shadowed face, I think is really what your eye is supposed to be drawn to here. And I think that you pull out too far and you lose that. I would take the impact of that face and those hands over the full body. So I could see why that choice would be made if that was what Cincy John was thinking of.
Yeah, definitely touch tips and don't pull out. Good points. We've got two more. This one is from Jesse.
This one is from sorry, I'm waiting for my big
Faith _ toy art.
VinFaith _ toy art. I had to look at this like 5 times to make sure it was a toy and not like a drawing, like in Procreate or Photoshop or something. I have no idea who this character is, but I just love like this kind of the stillness of it. The leaves blowing, and Brett's comment just totally took me out. I just thought it was a really cool picture. It was very different from the other ones I picked this week. It was, very more calm center, thing. And I just thought it was really cool that, we can have these dynamic, crazy action shots or super creepy monster shots, and then a toy just being chill and meditating or whatever.
Yep. Pete.
To be honest with you, the subject matter of this is absolutely throwaway for me because I don't do anime or manga or whatever this is from. But you made me interested. Good on you. The stillness and the contemplation of the photo, and the sword is in the dirt. Like, I'm taking a break. I'm not going to have this. I need a minute. And the way the lighting comes off of the grass, and then the movement of those leaves.
Yeah.
It's really, 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 really neat. It would have been cool if and obviously it's an action figure, but it would have been cool if this had an alternate head that had hair that moved differently, because the hair moving the same direction of the leaves would put this shot over the top.
I can see that. Jeremy?
There's not a lot that I could say that Pete didn't just pretty much nail. I was going to say that lighting right there in the front, the way, and the leaves, it says so much with doing so little. So it's just really well done. And once again, I have no idea. Obviously, these guys are telling us it is Demon Slayer, but no idea. But very cool.
And they're saying it in a way like I should know. Like, you people don't know me.
I also found out Castlevania was a video game before it was an anime.
There you go. Much like Pete, I'm not into manga. I don't like the red hats. But I think this is a really cool photo. Not sure if it was done outside or if they're just simulating the light of being outside, but either way, it's pretty cool.
Curtis, please roll that one back.
Yeah.
What? All right, last one. I know this has been a long.
Oh, I just got it.
It took a second.
I'm sitting here and I'm racking my brain trying to figure out what that meant. Oh, that's funny.
This is Legends Collector 1321, aka Dylan, aka Wolfie. Did a great job of mixing some Orvar parts as well as the heavy gunner to come up with this really cool build, which he had posted in our group chat. And then I told him, hey, you need to put this on IG for reasons. And this is the reason, because I wanted to show it here because I think it's awesome. And I'm definitely stealing this recipe because it looks really cool. And then he took the opposite parts of what he used from this pop and swap and put that together. And it made another cool figure that looked awesome. So, doubly cool.
To clarify, this is straight pop and swap, no paint, right?
Just pop and swap of the Orvar and the heavy gunner. So
well done, Wolfie.
Jeremy.
It's amazing what simple, things you can do to just completely make a brand new figure. And he obviously did a pretty damn good job. Good job, Wolfie. I'm proud of you, buddy. Now play some guitar.
Jesse.
Yeah, I saw this and it pissed me off because I'm working through villain stuff and I'm like, I don't want, like, I'm keeping my Ox Crew stuff, I think, but I have two of these gunners and I was like, do I keep one of these and get no. So, like, dang it, Dylan, but this is awesome. I'm going to like, someone said it earlier, I'm going to appreciate it through the other photos of other people and not worry about having it on my shelf. But seeing those boots on a Tusk figure is really cool.
And apparently Dylan's going to be on New to Mythics this Tuesday because Schmerber has to be on every day of the week. So
he's the new Curtis.
Yes, he is. I love Schmerber. But that is it for shelf selections. I know that was a long one. We don't normally have that many, but it was fun. And now we're going to get right into MuskeCon, talking about what I think is the best show of the year. And I put that above Legion's Con because Legion's Con, as much fun as I have, parts of it feels like work because I'm trying to make it to all the scheduled events. Whereas MuskeCon, I really get to relax and hang out and chill with people. And it's just so much fun. So I want to start with this comment from Freaks Figures. Says, I reached out to Pete about possibly having a vendor spot at MuskeCon a while back and never heard back. And before Pete says anything, I just want to let you know, Freaks, that last year Pete did probably the smartest thing that he's ever done in his entire life, and that is to bring on Jeremy Dewitt to help with some of this stuff. And so I think this year is going to be different than most, so bear with them. But now I will turn it over to Pete. And Pete, what do you got to say?
Who the hell's Freaks Figures? Do I know that guy?
It is Freaks.
You Freaks, you're not the only one. I would love to tell you that I'm better, but I'm not. 321, the 21st of March of this year, we're doing MuskeCon again. It has been a wild ride right from its very inception, and I have been a one-man show for the most part. I've always had people that were willing to help, and I've taken some of the help, but it became very, very clear over the last couple of years with my new responsibilities at my day job that I could not do it alone. And Jeremy was the obvious choice because he's an absolute beta bitch and will just do whatever you tell him to.
I know my role.
So, it's been
you wouldn't exist. So
it's been amazing. The partnership, and he's done a much better job keeping me on track than I ever did keeping myself on track. He does all of the art, and the social media stuff. Like he's amazing. So it was a no-brainer to bring him in. The only regret I have with including Jeremy in MuskeCon is that it took me as long as it did. So some great things happening this year. It's going to be everything that it was last year, but we're stepping it up, starting out Friday night, the 20th. The mythical Midwest meetup is happening again. I have it on good information that the Horsemen are going to whip up something to reveal.
Nice.
Don't know what it is.
They have
I don't care.
2 years too, right?
Yeah.
This will be the third year in a row.
Yep. I don't care what it is. It's the fact that they're willing to do that for us is just super cool, man. They're so complimentary of being part of the show. Curtis, they kind of echo what you said in, I can't, because MuskeCon is absolutely the opposite for me. It is a lot of fun and I do enjoy it, but my level of responsibility doesn't allow me to necessarily enjoy things the way that I would like to. The Mythic meetup gives me a little taste, and I get to let my hair down for a minute and hang out with everybody. And that's a great time. So we're going to have more cool giveaways, $10 to get in the door. In that cash bar, but we do a full-on pretzel bar that's included in your $10. You get a commemorative badge with amazing art by Jeremy Dewitt, and the opportunity. People don't walk out of that thing empty-handed. Literally almost everybody wins. There's 85 or 90, I think, in attendance last year. And I'm pretty sure barely anybody didn't win something. So the $10 just helps us secure the room and get the pretzels, and it helps create the environment. And man, it's so much fun. And watching everybody kind of come together. And, there's always a couple of youngsters in the crowd that win something and are super pumped to watch a little tyke win something. And
if your family looks like the Brady Bunch, come to MuskeCon because you're going to clean up, man. I tell you what, kids walk out of there with all kinds of shit. So
I want to say, like last year, Brandon Barker from Manor Monster Studios.
Manor Monster, who's going to be here again this year.
Yeah, he brought like the first wave of of his figures, the Warlords of War, and like some kid won them, like who probably doesn't give a single shit about them, but it was like, oh god, they just got a really cool prize.
And obviously there's mythics and cosmic figures, there's customs, there's dio pieces. So many people, the coloring books, pretzel bar for sure, buddy. That's and not only like
for people that don't know what a pretzel bar is, you want
that's the question. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically it's a pretzel buffet. So all the various shapes of pretzels, and then of course warm pretzels with cheese and ranch to dip them in, and
soft balls.
So yeah,
then,
it's basically just a little snack before night. But yeah, so we start the night off. So vendors will start coming in about 5:00, and we shut down the vendor hall at 8. Move over to the Mythic meetup, and then typically dinner and drinks at the hotel bar. And then 7:00 Saturday morning, we're off and running. Doors open at 10:00. It's $10 to get in. 12 and under are free. Mm-hmm. So, bring the spouse, bring a couple of kids out, and $20 gets you in the door for your family. And it's a lot of fun. There's something for everybody. We've got artists, we've got authors, we've got toys, we've got comics, we've got a ton of cool 3D printing stuff. We've got artists that do just fun crochet and knitting. Like there's a few booths that's almost like a cool nerd craft fair. Yeah. It's just great. We're bringing back panels this year. We're working on filling out that schedule. We're going to be releasing that. Everything from talking about making toys to writing comics to doing art, podcasting. I'm working on getting someone to do a hour-long presentation on building D&D campaigns specifically for kids. What you can do to get the younger generation involved in that. We've all hooked up with Lang's Comics and Collectibles here in Muskegon. It's the largest comic and toy store in the state of Michigan now.
It's a great toy store. I saw that. I visited last year. I loved it.
I think they're claiming to be like the second biggest one in America.
I think right behind Mile High in Colorado.
Yeah,
I believe.
That's pretty crazy.
So we've hooked up with Todd, who owns that. And go ahead, Jesse. Sorry.
I'm going to offer these to you for a giveaway for that presentation. Unless they already have them, it's a set. It's not all of them, but it's 6 books from the Dungeons and Dragons Young Adventurers Guide. So it's not going to have like how to play through the game, but it's kind of like a younger reader version breakdown of like different stats.
They're absolutely awesome. I bought them for my own kids. That is such a cool book set and an amazing offer, dude. I greatly appreciate that. So,
because otherwise they're just going to like a used bookstore and I'll get nothing for them. So I'd rather give them to you and get them into some kids' hands.
Love it. We will make sure that happens, man. That's awesome. Appropriately, yes. So, bringing back the cosplay contest. The
furries.
It's very easy. It's very easy for people on the outside looking in, especially con goers and a lot of newer, local, inexperienced vendors, to not necessarily understand the production that goes into a convention. We built and we built and we built, and we were at max and we were flying high, and then COVID. So of course we took a year that knocked us down, and then everybody wanted everything we had before COVID to be back immediately. And unfortunately that just wasn't in the cards. So we've slowly been able to rebuild and reintroduce those things. So having cosplay back this year, that's going to be a ton of fun. We're potentially expanding some space and actually having some additional rooms because we're full. So good stuff.
Question about the cosplay. How do the furries attach the tails?
Yep.
Yeah.
At the family friendly MuskeCon show, it is with 2-sided tape.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So,
gotcha.
Now at the toy party at Travis Bowles is
differently.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. I like to bring my foxtail.
I know, I've heard some people, when you look at the Four Horsemen schedule, which I'll just pull up real quick and share. So you've got ZoloCon, like the end of February into March, and then MuskeCon March 21st, and then you get Toylanta the next week. So I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, I would go to MuskeCon, but I'm going to Toylanta the next week." So why should people choose MuskeCon over Toylanta if they can't make both?
Wow. You know what? So from what I know of Toylanta, Toylanta is much, much larger. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, if you can only make one, depending on, travel distance is a big thing and budget and all that. We love to have people at MuskeCon, but MuskeCon it's a few hour show. If you come out to MuskeCon, if you're not ingrained in the Legions side of things, because those people tend to stay, they hang out. There's a little bit more there for them. But Toylanta is a show that I want to go to. It's a multi-day show. You're going to have more vendors. You're going to have a bigger selection. So it's comparing apples to oranges to me. Yes, there's going to be a lot of crossover, but if you think, if in your head you envision what a Toy Comic-Con show is, Toylanta is going to meet that vision much more than MuskeCon is. MuskeCon's 15,000 square feet. It's full of great vendors. It's full of great people, but it is not a multi-day experience like Toylanta has the opportunity to be due to space. So I can't tell you that MuskeCon is a better bet than Toylanta. I can tell you that MuskeCon will not disappoint. You will come and have a good time.
I will say though, I'll pull this up from Kirby. I'm sure Toylanta is great, but MuskeCon feels like family.
Yeah,
that is correct.
Yeah,
that is the right answer. Pete won't say that because he's too humble, but I will tell you that you need to make it to MuskeCon. If you feel like you have to go to Toylanta, that's fine. Make it to both. But if you can only make it to one, MuskeCon is the way to go.
And I appreciate that. And the family aspect is really, it is something that we really do strive for. And I don't mean like kiddie events. It's not geared towards kids, but it's a welcoming environment for kids. The whole idea behind MuskeCon. So my lovely wife, this last June, we celebrated our 20-year wedding anniversary. She's absolutely amazing. She has watched me over the 23 years that we've been together, light so many matches and watch them burn bright and catch fire and then burn out. That is my style. I've been into a lot of things over the years. When I told her I was planning a comic book convention, she was like, "That's awesome." And then I actually had dates, and then I started spending money, and she was like, "Okay." And then she shows up and sees it. She starts going to these shows with me, and she would find things like I would start to specifically look for things that might interest her. Nightmare Before Christmas and different Hocus Pocus Funko Pops. And I would try to find things for her. So then it would be less about her just feeling like she was a tag along when I went to these shows. MuskeCon has a good variety to where that family can come out, family of 4 or 5, husband, wife, husbands, wives, kids. There's something that everybody's going to walk away and go, "Hey, Dad, Mom, that was really cool. Hey, honey, that was worth it." And we wanted to make it financially not a huge stinger. So if you just were in Muskegon for the day and you're like, "Hey, what's this?" Throw $20 on the table, you and your spouse, your 10-year-old, your 8-year-old get in, and you felt like the $20 was worth it. And that's kind of the principles that MuskeCon was kind of built on, and it's fun. And again, to add the mythical meetup, that's such a huge important thing for me, because that is a tight-knit group of a closer knit family within MuskeCon that we can do. The Horsemen being so supportive of my event, guys, I don't know the back end finances. I don't know the back end business of what the 4 Horsemen do. They have a lot of options where they can spend their money to be a part of events. I don't know if they necessarily get the business return on their investment by coming to MuskeCon, but all of those guys say very similar to what Curtis did. We like coming and hanging out. It's a low pressure show for them to just socialize and not have them being the Horsemen crushing down on them and being on stage and having to perform the whole time. And Jim makes it every year. Jeremy makes it every year. Cornboy has made it. He's hoping to return this year. And the list goes on. And the compliments about my show for what it is, understanding that it is a small hometown, 15,000 square foot show, have really meant a ton to me. And having their support has just been absolutely awesome. And then bringing Jeremy into the fold to partner this with me. And when I brought it up to him, I wanted him to understand what I was looking for. And I wanted him to be a real partner. I'm always going to hire him for art. Like, that's just, he's my guy. Right. But I wanted him to feel like it was Jeremy's not helping Pete. This is Pete and Jeremy doing this together. And that was a big conversation that I had with him because I wanted him to understand what I was asking of him. I really wanted him to be my co-pilot. And he has just shined in every single way that I thought he would.
Well, I've got a question for you, Jeremy. Because I saw here, Schmerber says it was his first Mythic show, which is true. 3 MuskeCons ago, Schmerber shows up at MuskeCon. He was in the Michigan area, shows up. One of those people that Pete's talking about that just kind of walks in the door like, hey, what's going on? This thing's going on. He buys a ticket, comes in. He comes over to the table where Steven and I were sitting and said, hey, what is this all about? And we explained that this is kind of the customizing side for these figures that are down there, and then kind of pointed to the table that Travis is running. And he kind of talked to the horsemen and bought some figures and really fell in love with this community. And here we are, 3.5 years later, and he is fully ingrained in the community. He's got this YouTube show, and now he's going head to head with you guys on Sunday mornings, and he doesn't give a shit about ratings or who's supposed to be watching your show. So what are your thoughts on that?
Wow. You know what? If people are watching him over us, then there's a reason for it, right? So we love Schmerber, man. So the fact that he's now in the community and doing all this stuff, it seems to be like people meet up with some form of our show, whether it be in person or watching our show, and then they become part of the community, and then they take over. And I know
what you're talking about.
We appreciate it and we encourage it. Because
there's not one person that ever watched our show and went, I can do this better. Bring it on. So I'll apologize to the Schmerberger right now. I didn't realize that was his origin story, but last year he vended. Mm-hmm. So in 2 years' time, he went from starting to collect mythics to being a vendor, and he had a great freaking booth at MuskeCon, and he is returning this year. And so I guess, hey, Schmerber, like, apologize to your wife. I'm sorry that I helped this. We all owe her an apology. She's got a drink on me in the hotel bar Friday night, man. But that's man, you talk about it and it's so much fun. And the biggest compliment we've ever gotten for the My Wife's Gonna Kill Me podcast is I feel like I'm sitting around in a room with my asshole buddies shooting the shit. Mm-hmm. And that's a huge compliment because that's all we ever wanted to be. MuskeCon follows that vibe, and it's just, I want to be a part of the people, and they don't care that it's not the biggest show. It doesn't have the biggest selection of vendors. They want to be a part of that. And hey, MuskeCon, I get to let my hair down. I get to have a little bit of fun. Yeah, the toys are great, but I've heard so many people in this community say you come for the toys, you stay for the people. That's MuskeCon. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I met Jeremy because of MuskeCon.
Yeah. Yep.
Like his second cousin used to be married to one of my good friends that I work with. She mentioned to him that this was going on. He becomes a vendor, and now we share a hotel room together and then some every year at Legion's Con. It was such an accidental way to meet somebody that has been so impactful in my life. And like, I know Jeremy's family and he knows mine, and our wives hang out and laugh together. And like, it's over toys, silly toys, man.
Silly toys.
And the vibe walking into Legion's Con every year and seeing all the faces and all the people, I look around that room and I go, these people are my friends because of toys. It's asinine and amazing all at the same time. And MuskeCon just tries to be a little piece of that. And there are people that have said to me, talk about another huge compliment. It gets me through to next year's Legion's Con. It gives me a little taste. It brings me in. I get to rub elbows with good people. I get to see some cool toys. I get to see the horsemen. It takes the edge off. It's that little bump in the bathroom stall that cures our addiction until we get back to Legion's Con. And that I couldn't ask for anything more than that. I run around like crazy. That morning is so rough for me. And then all of a sudden that line starts to form and we open the doors at 10 o'clock and I just start smiling and that smile doesn't go away. And it's because of all of you and the people in the chat, the people and all the people that we've been fortunate enough to surround ourselves with. You guys are MuskeCon. I get to like do some back end stuff and work with Jeremy, which is great. But at the end of the day, the family friendly aspect of it is absolutely awesome. And if you look around, my whole family's there in MuskeCon t-shirts. My wife runs that front.
They're
deck.
working.
She is. I mean, she comes in and busts serious ass. And, you know, like I said, my kids and cousins, and I mean, that MuskeCon crew is all actual family. And then now the extended family that I've gotten through the toy collecting world. It's Drunk Gizmo Custom says MuskeCon's totally a vibe. And he's just right.
It's amazing to see how, like, what it's turned into too. Originally, it was just like, you know, a bunch of local people. And then, you know, we obviously start making all these friends and, you know, me and Pete obviously became friends and all that. Get all these podcasts and we meet all these people. We're going to shows and all of a sudden they're coming to us and it's becoming like we still have those local people coming there, which is great. But then it's like all our friends are coming from out of town and like wanting to hang out. It's like, yeah, I don't care if I lost my ass. I got to hang out with you guys for the weekend. You know, it's pretty cool.
And it's funny too, because when you talk to vendors, you talk about return on investment, that kind of stuff.
Brad's coming back. Is that true? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good. Yes, Brad will be there.
I do know. I saw a comment from Greg. He said, "I'm so sad that I didn't make the cut this year."
Come out anyway, Greg.
So Greg said when they see kind of the schedule for the year on what the events are, they have to all kind of like put in for what events they would want to go and help with. And it's like everybody wants to go to MuskeCon. It's like everybody's trying to make that cut, and he did not make the cut this year. So
how am I not supposed to be elated that they feel that way about our show? You know, it bums me out. But Jeremy Gerard said him, Jim, Brad, and Cornboy are the 4-pack that are kind of on the schedule. And are you serious, man? It's just absolutely awesome, you know, and to have those guys come out and have as much fun. But it's funny because, you know, MuskeCon, we 2 years ago, I get a message from Cornboy. He's at the airport and he's like, "Hey, you guys don't have Uber here?" No, Uber's not a thing here. And Mike Smith, who was on our show this morning, great friend of mine, has been a friend of mine for years, became a friend of the show, a fellow toy collector, jumps in his truck and drives to the airport, picks up Cornboy for me. You know, he's helping load tables and do all this stuff. And he goes, "I got it," takes off and goes and picks up freaking the guy from Four Horsemen Studios. And he thought that was super cool. Cornboy, of course, was super appreciative of it. But the mythic, so talking about the actual show itself, when it comes to mythics, we've built one hell of a cool Mythic Legions-esque run. You know, you've got, you know, Carver Customs is there, and then of course you've got Dusty Staniford from Dang Studios, and then of course
and Customs, who is the best part of Dang Studios.
The best part. Well, and so is Stacy, but we got to throw love to Brian and Dusty, right? And you make the bend, and you've got Wolfgang Customs, and you've got Jesse Arnold, you've got Curtis Ackerman. We've had, you know, in the past, wasn't able to make it last year, but Frank Lira, action figure customizer. Eric Miller's had a booth there, wasn't able to make it last year. He said something about his daughter, dance recital, whatever, family. So, and you
did say he loves you guys, though.
Oh, of course
we loved him,
and he's amazing. Yes. I got a great picture that I posted of my son just sitting on a chair staring at his customs. They weren't even for sale. He was just staring because of the freaking art that is Eric Miller, right? And of course, Drunk Gizmo right there on the corner, the amazing diorama pieces. So the Four Horsemen booth, and then you've got Motu Joe, the official, you know, licensed Four Horsemen guy doing MuskeCon swag, doing Legions Con swag. He's there. And then of course, Travis has his booth set up. He's got mythics. Of course, the Tardy's Collectors Corners has got mythics. Brett Reedy's got mythics. Greg Schmerber's got mythics. But then you've got, again, the Four Horsemen booth, streaming 4 tables of the damn things, case after case. And setting up the Mythic Legions line, on the side door because they don't want to be with the normies. They want to get to the horseman table. And it's just, and I forgot people in that list.
Retro rags, they're usually set up with a bunch of stuff too.
Yep. Sorry. That's Motu Joe. I apologize. I used his other name, you know.
You got Jeremy there with amazing art.
Not this year though.
We're working on putting together, everybody always asks about MuskeCon merch. And so we're actually looking together, kind of put together a MuskeCon merch family table, if you will.
Ooh, nice.
And so Jeremy's art will be available for sale, but he won't have to man the booth all day because he wants to be able to float and kind of, again, be that, be the Batman to my Robin. Cause let's be honest, he is the Caped Crusader. I'm the guy they call Dick Grayson, but
oh boy. Another cool thing, obviously a lot of people have discovered the Glyos, and me and Pete love to talk about Glyos anyway, but Brandon,
I'm so glad that Pete discovered that and shared it.
It's freaking brilliant that he did. Brandon Barker is set to be there as far as I understand this year, and is Gabriel's coming too, right?
To the best of my knowledge, I'm going to follow up with him.
So there will be a Glyos presence. Matt Rodriguez will be there with his
Defenders of Eden.
Defenders of Eden stuff. Good. Oh, we're gonna have some representation for Formo Toys,
the Glyos tables. So.
Oh, Jeremy, run that down again. That's a huge shout out to Jeremy for what he's bringing to the table for MuskeCon. Hit him with that news again, Jeremy.
There's going to be some representation for Formo Toys. They were unable to physically make it, but they're going to send like product and stuff to put on a table and show off what they got. Nice. So that's definitely a cool thing. We tried to get Spiro in there, but they can't make it. They're doing a different gig that weekend, but they would love to come next year. So we're starting to talk to some people, bring them to our little stink town, and hopefully, just keep.
We even had what was it? Not last year, but the year before that Mal flew out. From across the pond, like that. That's pretty cool.
That's something, right?
Yeah.
And for somebody to commit such a large trip to be at our show, like I said, that means the world to us, and that's exactly what we want to do. And you'll bring it. Oh yeah, Corey Schatzenhofer, man, he brought it last year with Mythic stuff.
Does he have a table this year?
He does. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So he vended last year. He's going to vend again this year. Oh, so good. Like I said, I couldn't be more grateful for the support that the show has gotten over the last 10 years. It's not our 10th show because of COVID, but I think we started maybe 17 we started it. I'd have to look, but
17 was the first year.
Yep. So and even like Marty Hansen, the God Beast, one of the pioneers of Glyos that came in, right behind Matt Doty from Onell himself, would love to make it. It's just, that's tough. That's a tough drive to make when the weather is so questionable coming from where he is, which I totally get. Michigan can be 65 and sunny in March, or it can be like it is right now. I totally understand having to make those decisions. But just the fact that, the weather or the potential drive, that's what is limiting some of these toy makers. But the desire to be at a show like mine is awesome.
Yeah. And if you're a Legions fan or you're a Glyos fan, there's going to be plenty of people and stuff for you to see and talk to. I know you talked about the Mythic meetup, and obviously the show goes on Saturday, but the other thing that I don't think gets talked about enough is the group meal that we have after the show, like where we basically take over the whole hotel restaurant, and we've just got tables and tables of people, and people are just kind of floating from one table to another and having conversations, and it's like this giant fellowship. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's always been a kind of a fun part, and that started with a couple tables full of friends. And grew into something that is it's almost it's like an expectation now. And it's
I'm not sure what happened to Jesse there.
I know.
Did you fart or something?
I was fidgeting with my UV flashlight for like glow in the dark stuff, and I turned it on and looked straight into it.
I looked at the trap, Ray.
Not a genius animal here, folks.
Yeah, Eric says the meal is his favorite part. I agree. Like the meetup is awesome, the show is awesome, but that time where everybody is together, it's kind of like after the show, everybody's winding down. We have that meal. You're bouncing from table to table. You're saying goodbyes to people and stuff. Like, it's just a really cool part of it is that, hang out after the show.
Curtis that big download. First time trying to get people to start fights with each other.
Yeah, I try. I'm sorry, Pete. What was that?
No, that's just it is. It's that the work is done, and it's that kind of that sigh of relief, and it's a celebration of another successful event, and it's a way to just move around and just, like I said, the floating aspect of, I watched people last year like pick up their meal and go sit at another table and then eat a few bites and then pick it up and go to another table and eat a few bites. Like it was super cool, to be a part of all of that. And yeah, and like I said, the bars flow in, and there's always people that like to partake will have a couple of drinks, and it's just it's again, it kind of, to me, it's the perfect cap to a really, really fun day and a half. And then go to bed, you get that good night's sleep, and you wake up, and then there's that trickle effect where everybody's kind of down for the buffet that are still there, and people are kind of floating in, and it's that little bit more intimate goodbye and the big hugs and the travel safes and that kind of like seeing the last person walk out of the restaurant and the wife and I then making it out to the van to head home. It really kind of just rounds off a very, very fun weekend.
Yeah. It's, so many laughs. And I remember it was a couple of years ago. You guys had that one room. I think it was Friday night. Maybe it was, I don't know. I think it was Friday night after the meetup, and you guys had that one room, and you convinced the waitress that it was like Maverick's Make-A-Wish. It was just so.
And dude,
funny.
she sold it. She sold it so well.
She did awesome.
We so in the dining room area, they have a little segregated room for like large parties, and we happened to secure that. And we could tell that the waitress had a very good sense of humor, and so we actually convinced her that it was a Make-A-Wish experience for Maverick. And I don't remember what I told her he had or what he was dying from, but I made something up. It was probably like histoplasmosis psychosis, which is just a fancy way to say batshit crazy, but I sold it. But yeah, dude, it was, and like I said, she just ran with it, and that was so much fun.
We had Wyatt's bags got lost last year, and he had to borrow a shirt from Greg.
Yeah.
He had, I remember the one we were sitting next to Dusty and Ange and Brian and Stacy were sitting together at a table, and they were looking at the menu, and there's the cheese sticks, which are amazing cheese sticks at the restaurant at the hotel, and it said that it came with like an artisan sauce. And Dusty goes, "It's just marinara." they were laughing for like 2 hours on that. Like Jesse started snorting. It was because his southern Indiana came out on there. It's just marinara.
And I didn't realize how far south Indiana goes, because I love that southern drawl that he's got.
Yeah.
Man. So.
But
so
good. So many good laughs.
And it was too, but like, and Kirby's talking about how that dinner, how he felt so welcome.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting here going, you felt welcome. Have you ever made anybody in your presence not feel like they were the only person in the world, Kirby? He's one of those guys that just, and I will go back. MuskeCon was the incident between Stoddard and I where he refused to hug me. And I want to make sure everybody understands. I went to get a hug. He had been in a terrible car accident.
Yes.
And he was injured and sore and bruised.
But still still made it all the way to MuskeCon.
But he still freaking made it to MuskeCon. But that's the joke, right? Obviously he's a big hugger and he's a great guy, but I've just never let him forget that he wouldn't hug me, but he was literally bruised from his neck to his knees. So
in reply to that, Brett, you're going to have a little less of me to take out. I haven't lost weight yet, but this little fucker's getting removed on Wednesday. So Kevin's going bye-bye.
Nice. This is the last show with Kevin. We'll have to have him do a monologue before the show's over.
All right.
No, I am preparing a special post. Once, just in case the snow delays things, I'm not going to post it till he's actually gone, but I've got a special post I'm preparing for him. So
and the movie Action Jackson, one of the guys in there like would cut people's testicles off and keep them in a jar. Are you gonna keep Kevin like in a jar afterwards?
He's
Just
got
put
a
it on
A,
your
I
desk
hope to
or
God this is
something?
not a testicle. B, no.
It kind of
I'm-
looks like a testicle.
I'm clearing some of my collection out. I'm not adding to it with
All right.
random.
if you don't
masses in my
customize a
body.
face on that thing before they cut it off, you're missing out.
Well, all right. You want a spoiler alert of what my last post is going to be? Or the post
Sure.
is?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, those, I'm going to just imagine, Sarah McLachlan, Arms of the Angel, or whatever the hell that song is called, right? Song they play over like adopt a dog videos, and how people respectfully take their pets out for like, they do like the last day with the dog, like his favorite park,
Get him a pup cup.
let him eat all this. Yeah, all this stuff. Well, I've taken pictures like smashing it into the edge of the table at work or like holding different tools at work. Like I went to the comic shop and like pushed it against the back issue bin because that's where I first discovered it 14 freaking years ago. And I'm going to do a picture with it. Like, I'm going to do some other ones, but it's going to be like Kevin's last day. Yeah.
All right.
I don't want to draw. It hurts to draw on it.
Oh, I love it so much. Yes, rest in power.
Yeah,
Kevin.
you broke Pete.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So have I told you guys why I call it Kevin?
No.
So when I hit it, it hurts. Like it's painful, and sometimes it hurts even when I don't bump it on stuff. And I was like, oh, and it just reminded me of the scene in Home Alone where the mom on the plane is like, Kevin, and like realizes he's missing. So every time I bump it, I'm just like, Kevin.
There you go.
Well, at least you're having fun with it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, what
true.
else can you do?
Yeah.
I can't laugh at myself.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that doesn't work. Everybody else will. Anyway, wait, no, I don't know.
We knew what you
I'm
meant.
saying.
We knew what you meant.
So Jeremy, last year was your first year kind of and you got involved late last year. So this year you're kind of fully engrossed in the experience of MuskeCon and getting it going. Is it what you thought it would be? Are there any surprises and what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's surprisingly easier than I thought it'd be. So, I mean, it's nothing I can't do, I mean, so far anyway. I guess, day of, we'll see what happens, but because I don't think Pete even knows what he wants to do with me. But no, like a few years ago, obviously he reached out and wanted me to do like a theme song thing, so I did that. And then like did a little video and stuff like that, but that was pretty much it. But then like he's starting to let me like do more of the advertising and just kind of doing my own thing. And I'm like, well, what do you think of this? And oh, I love it. So I'm like all worried he's gonna hate it or something. So like now I'm getting a little ballsy and I'm starting to just post stuff without letting him know. And then I'm like, you get me. Huh? You like it? So far he hasn't complained too much.
The title that I always had for him was creative director, and that's all this. The partnership thing is a little bit more official on the business side, but that's really what he is, and I'm gonna handle the books and that kind of stuff. And then to get together during the day, Friday night and Saturday, we'll run around and we'll put out little fires and, we'll explain to vendors that, no, you can't have that here. No, we gotta set this up. Nope. You see how everybody else in this row, you see how they're all perfectly lined up. What made you think you could go 2 foot farther out into the aisle? Like, can you explain that reasoning to me? So, we don't have
once you've roomed together and put a bugle on the end of your penis, there's nothing that you guys can't do together.
Wow.
So,
That's Well, somebody had to play that horn.
Well, at the end of the day, if you act like a dunce, you're going to get a cap. That's just how it is, man. So, but no, shout out to the Horsemen too. They donated lanyards again this year.
Nice.
So, for the Mythic meetup and what have you. But our partnership with Langs were one of the things that I always wanted to do. One of the things that I think is super cool when I go to a con is you pay the admission, you go in and you get a badge, like not a wristband, not a stamp on your hand. Like I feel like that badges bring like a legitimacy to a con. And that's what our sponsorship partnership is doing this year, is everybody that comes through the door. Well, the first X amount. I mean, it'll be close, but we'll actually have a laminate to wear around the show and then, take home as a souvenir. But we're also working with our partner to have a little surprise on the backside of that badge that you might be able to roll into our local comic book shop and get a reward. So we're super excited about that partnership. And I think that's going to be another great aspect of the show that just adds a little bit, like I said, a little bit of legitimacy. You can't see this hanging here. I've got probably 40 badges hanging behind me in various states of, and I think that's super cool. And to be able to do that, I think is just super rad. So
absolutely.
Did you just lean over to show them off? And
there's one, I didn't lean far enough.
Oh.
So I caught this. So there's a couple here, and then I caught this. So this is a big old bundle here, and then I've got another big bundle here. Yeah, no,
you're trying to get the camera to follow you. I'm like, the camera's not moving. Dude.
No. But like you said, they're cool. And I even in my office, like work conferences and stuff, I've got my badges. Keynote speaker ones and different things that I've done variously in the professional world. And it's just kind of a cool way to look back on adventures and experiences. And so like I said, if you can offer that, it's super cool. You walk in, you pay your admittance, then, hey buddy, here's your badge and you're legit. So
I've got all mine from all the shows I've been to, except for the first Legions Con I went to, where I met you guys in person the first time, on a what do you call that thing? Like a floor lamp with like the different heads coming off. So it's like in the middle of my apartment. Like all the badges are just hanging off of it like a coat rack.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Nice. So just kind of wrap up this part. So MuskeCon, we got the Mythic meetup on the 20th. You got the show on the 21st. Doors open at 10.
And yep, show's 10 to 5. Like I said, $10 to get in for adults, 12 and under are free. And
hotel, you got a block for the hotel rooms?
I'm waiting on the email back for that. That should be able to send that out ASAP. And
where can people find out that information when it's ready?
That'll be part of the Facebook page. Info will go out. The room block. There's a initial circle that goes out to for traveling vendors and what have you, and then that will open up to general public after that.
Gotcha. So that's there's a MuskeCon Facebook group, folks.
Yep.
So check that out. And it'll have all the necessary information on there.
Thanks to Jeremy.
Or if you just tune into the My Wife Is Gonna Kill Me show instead of watching New to Mythics on Sundays, you can hear them talk about it leading up to the show. So,
and I'm actually going to be on Legion's Lair to talk about it as well coming up.
Oh, nice.
They booked me at Legion's Con for like a March date. I'm like, how organized are you, sons of bitches?
Their whole year. They go to Legion's Con and they schedule their whole year's worth of stuff. Yeah. So. But they've been to the show pretty much every year, right?
Yeah.
They come from Ohio.
Yep, they've come up and like I said, just some of the people that make the trip that aren't vending, that aren't that don't sell, that just come to be a part of it is absolutely awesome.
Trevor didn't make it last year, but he made it, what, 2 years ago? Right?
I cannot recall.
I think so.
You have to remember how whirlwindy these days are for me.
That's true.
So
Jeremy, kind of turning over to the next subject. I want to talk a little bit about your music real quick before we close out. We started off the show playing some theme songs that you did that are absolutely amazing.
All of them put together, not as long as our intro. So just saying.
And I always tell people, like, people come to me and they say, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing a YouTube show. Like, any pointers to this, that?" I said, "You got to get Jeremy to write you a theme song. That's the number one thing." So much so that when I started my channel, before I even knew what I was doing, I had you write me a song, which is why the song is the way that it is, and I think it's perfect. But you also, and you've been doing stuff with, a couple different bands for a while. But this year you put out an album with Pete hounding you constantly to do it. Tell us a little bit about how that's gone.
Well, those guys that travel to Legions Con that we travel with, whether it's just Nate or, sometimes we had Short Midge with us and, whatever, Pete is obviously my number one fan. He's kind of been one to push me to do some stuff. I think we kind of have that nice relationship where we kind of push each other to do things. And I'm glad that he's done that. He gave me a little more confidence in my stuff, which actually made me want to put it out and stop freaking. Yeah. So, okay. I suck at mixing and mastering and all. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. So I figured it out on my own. And so I was being very, very particular about how long I was taking to put this stuff out, because I didn't want people, whether it be one person or a million, to listen and go, I mean, there might be a decent song buried under there somewhere, but Pete listening to it, he gave me enough confidence to go, you know what, I can do it. So I'm going to do it. And, do I look back and go, I could have done things better? Oh, I always will. No piece of art is ever officially done. But it was nice. It was finally got some of these songs that some have been around since I was a kid, teenager, just to flush them out and then be able to work on some new stuff. But I put it out. What was that? It was on Valentine's Day last year, actually. And the feedback from people has been really good. And
I know Brian's talking about his son Zane here. I heard this from Stacy on Saturday too. They said, like, their son is just obsessed with the album and singing the songs. They catch him all the time. So much so that, like, he's excited to see you at the next show that you're at with him. Because
I'm like a rock star.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, no, I'm just some fat old guy in a basement, man. But hey, if he likes it, that's sweet.
Well, and that's like, I've texted Jeremy too. Like, a song will come on and Pearson, my son, who's 15, will go, this is one of my favorites, Dad. I love this one. And it's just great music. And it's so funny, the whole idea of, you can't see the forest through the trees. And I think a lot of us are that way. And artists are the worst sometimes, the overcriticality of what they impose on themselves and their value and their worth. Like I'm so pumped, like, when it comes to, like, the artistic talent side of things. I just try to be a cheerleader, and I'm surrounded by so many people. They make it easy. And like I literally, like, I have a dream of writing lyrics to one of Jeremy's songs. And that was discussed years ago at Legions Con. We're laying in bed and he's playing me a track, and like, to be a part of that. What? Well, not with him. He was in the bed next to me. We were in separate beds. My wife just goes, "You were laying in bed with him?" It's like, mind your business, woman.
Were there any bugles involved?
We were laying in the room together in our own beds. But like, just listening, I mean, and just the impact of anybody that's ever heard Jeremy and I talk about music or watched Heavy Metal Minivan or anything like that. he's the artistic music guy. I'm the lyric guy. Like I'm looking for the message in the song, and him and I talk music much the way comic people will talk. Well, the story is great and the art's so, but the story was so good it carried bad art. Hey, this art was beautiful. The story was garbage, but man, it was really nice to look at. And finding that balance, great music and great lyrics together. And so many of his songs are that way. Like people just need to hear these. You need to get out of your own head. And I'm driving with this guy going, he's like, well, it sounds great on my laptop, but then it sounds great on the Bluetooth speaker. But when I listen to it in the headphones, there's not enough in the right side of the left. And I'm like, shut up. Like just put it out there. And
it's a thing, man. It's a thing.
But what's really cool is because of Jeremy, like again, no secret. If you know me, music is a very, very big part of my life. It's been a big part of my kids' lives, especially my older two daughters. Like we've bonded over music, and I raised them right. Pop punk and emo, screamo, post hardcore. Like that's where we've lived. And he's given me a totally new appreciation for music because I listen to things now. My wife hates Jeremy because I literally will point something out in a song and I'll go, did you notice that they just changed the time signature going into this chorus? And she looks at me like, what the fuck is your problem? You know what I mean?
Since I became like a guitar player and I started learning songs that you have no idea. If you're just like a normie and you listen to a song, you usually like lyrics and you can kind of feel the beat and whatever. But like here I am going, did you hear what the bass line did during the verse? Did you hear how in the second verse he didn't play the exact same thing that he did in the first verse? Hey, did you hear the type of reverb that's on his vocals? Did you hear that snare drum, bro? Oh my God. I can't listen to a song normally anymore. So sorry, I might have ruined it for you, Pete.
No, but it's great because, like I said, it gives you a deeper appreciation, right? And like the different instrumentation that you pick up. And we'll be driving, and I'll go, so he's doing this right now, and he'll know that's actually this, and like understanding kind of the music theory that goes behind it. It just kind of makes that experience a little bit more enjoyable. And everybody enjoys these things a little bit differently. Like, my son's a great example. He's got his Beats headphones on and he's singing along to, I was telling Jeremy this at the podcast last week. He's singing along to If It Hadn't Been for Love by the Steel Drivers, which is Chris Stapleton's band prior to. It's an old song. It's great. But he's like, yeah, Dad, this is a great love song. And I'm like, buddy, you're not listening to the lyrics. He's like, what do you mean? And I go through it and we break down the song together. And I'm like, the chorus is he's in jail for killing her. That's why that's why he loaded up a 44. That's why he's behind a jailhouse door. And he's like, wow. Yeah. I thought it was like, he's chasing her through the rain because he loves her. No, he hunted her down for a month and he killed her, buddy. And we bonded over this silly song. And that's the kind of stuff that music can do. And when you have the talent that Jeremy has, if you're not sharing that with the world, it's a crime, man. Get out of the basement, you fat ass, and give us some good tunes.
I
don't know if they're good, but they're definitely tunes, and I definitely put them out. So
I've always said that Jeremy is way more talented than what you guys deserve on your show. He is the pretty girl with low self-esteem that you're lucky she doesn't know how pretty she is, so you're able to keep her.
Yeah, Jeremy is definitely she's all that.
Yeah.
Take off those glasses and give her a little glow up, and he's going to be way too good for my wife's going to kill me.
Thank you, Dave. I see his comment. And V-Dog says, Jeremy, can any of the other guys sing that are on the My Wife's Gonna Kill Me podcast? They do. I don't know if they can, but they do.
One of the most hurt feelings I've got in all the parodies we've done and all the musical performances, the comment that hurt the most was when we did the song at Legion's Con Live this last year, and somebody goes, "Were you intentionally singing bad before you brought Corn Boy up?" And I was like, "No." Like that one stung. Like that was like a no. That one hurt.
I have heard you sing a lot of parodies, and normally I think you're really good, Pete. but it did seem at Legion's kind of like you were intentionally throwing it. Like it did feel that way.
I practiced so hard. Like,
it was funny because
we were literally
like
in the room, like running the song over because I was trying to keep the whole the mystery alive. So like I'm practicing the song with him, and I'm walking around the hotel room, and I'm singing along, blah blah blah. And that was a stinger.
So speaking of Legion's Con, Jeremy, you get up there, Pete does his thing, then he hands over the reins to Cornboy. You got that whole thing on. You tell him to fuck off. Tell Pete to fuck off.
Yeah.
Then the crowd jumps in with the chorus. Just kind of walk us through that experience.
So Pete and I, obviously, I'm freaking out like weeks ahead of time. I'm because he wants to do parody songs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the parody songs are fine, whatever. But I had this grand idea of like, dude, I'm gonna put drums and bass down and I'll get a rhythm guitar, and then when we play live, dude, it's gonna be sweet because we're gonna have this big, it's gonna sound bigger than it is, and so I'm trying to amp up the production. And he's like, we're gonna do one of your songs. And I went, no, we're not. And he's like, I'm gonna sing one of your songs. And I'm like, you're gonna sing it better than me singing it. So okay, because I got issues, but I could play in front of 2,000 people and sing a song, no problem. But if I'm playing in front of like 100 and they all like know me, yeah, it's kind of freaky. So Pete's like, I'm gonna sing it. I'm like, it won't be me, but fuck it, we're gonna have a good time. So we're working on it. Pete he's singing it. And I'm worried a little bit because he doesn't seem to exactly know what he's going to do. But I'm like, fuck it. It's going to be at the end of the show. People are going to have a buzz. It's just going to be a good time. And it's going to be the debut of one of my songs live in front of all these people. And it's just whatever. I'm doing it for Pete is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He flat out told me no repeatedly. And I just didn't give him the option.
And before the show, we can't cut the musical portion of the show. He's like, no. I'm like, all right, okay. So yeah, I start playing. I fuck up the third chord, but I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's gonna be a shit show anyway. Pete starts singing. I also was like, I think he's trying to butcher my song on purpose. I'm not quite sure.
You,
I love you. But then as I'm thinking those words, Pete himself is like, I can't do this. I gotta stop. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, dude, why did we even start? If you were gonna stop it, why did we even? I'm like, whatever. Here I am. And
that's my dog.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, everybody all right? And then all of a sudden he's like, can somebody sing it? I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, serious, like, I don't want to become I'm like some stupid show. I'm just up here with my stupid red guitar fucking waiting for somebody to sing my song for me.
Some random guy just comes up to sing.
Yeah, then the random guy is Cornboy, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I thought in a span of like 3 seconds, all these thoughts like, oh my God, Pete is like the biggest freaking like plan maker. He totally knows that, like, the whole thing he did for his wife with their trip. And I'm like, he did this on purpose. He got Cornboy to sing my song. And then like Cornboy's up there singing with me. And I'm like, okay. And he's kind of fucking it up, but he knows. And he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't really have time to work on it. This is in between singing. And I'm like, I don't care. This is great. This is wonderful. I'm singing with him. We're like, ah. And then all of a sudden the chorus comes, and the whole, maybe not everybody, but it sure as hell felt like it. Everybody's singing the chorus to me. And I'm going, what the actual fuck did you just do, Pete? And I just looked at him and I was like, fuck you. Because I didn't want to start bawling my eyes out in front of everybody, but it was getting there. And yeah, it was just, I had a lot of goosebumps and feels. And yeah, so it was pretty amazing. So
to go from, kind of struggling with, should you put this out there, and he gets you to put it out there, to all of a sudden you've got these people that you know singing your song back to you with Corn Boy up there. Yeah, I can imagine that'd be a pretty important moment.
It's yeah, like musically and I've done a lot of things on a smaller scale, at least in my town, that were pretty important, played for a lot of people, some opened for some bands and all that stuff, but none felt as cool as like that moment right there. Like all these, it was probably because it was my song too, but I mean, just it was just freaking awesome. And I don't know that Pete could ever pull that off again, but he doesn't have to, because it can't be topped. It was
impressive. So what's next for you and your music?
So I am currently working on a theme song for another podcast.
Nice.
Might rhyme with Smeagans Smaties. I'm also what was that, Joe?
Yep.
Yeah, I've been working on a new album. I actually had damn near another 12 songs almost ready to go when I put out the first one, but of course you tweak and you make things more better, and I got to put vocals on most of the stuff, but I got pretty much a whole full album ready to go. Just gotta fill in the little empty spots. So eventually I will probably have a few albums, but right now I'm just trying to get some of it out, just cleanse myself a little bit. So
what about people that like the physical media? Do you have an option for that for folks?
Physical media,
like a CD? What the hell is a CD?
Yeah, exactly.
A CD or an album?
Yeah.
No, not at this point. Somebody reached out to me at one point and was like, what you should do is do like a Kickstarter, or like a not necessarily a GoFundMe, but something like that, to where like, hey, if I'm gonna get 200 CDs out there and you guys want one, like maybe you all just buy it and then I can put in the order or something. But I haven't really.
Vinyl would be cool too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like cost wise. I'm a broke bitch, so I mean, if somebody wants to help me fund that, sure, I'm totally down. I'll give you the reins. I'll just supply the music.
I'm gonna pull this one up and try not to laugh, Jeremy. Alan says, "Does Jeremy work for other industries?"
He wants a OnlyFans porn theme,
like the bowling industry, or
yeah, like I'm gonna need a little bit of some clarity on that one. But I mean, if the pay's right, I'll pretty much do anything. So
there you go. Let's see. Dave says CDs are cheap to get pressed. All right.
Yeah.
Vinyl is expensive to do. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There you go. Maybe Dave knows a guy who knows a guy. So
yeah,
very cool.
Nate trying to get Jeremy to play another Path. Listen, I'd have to have a band for that, Nate. We've talked about that. I can't even get a band to do a tribute band out here. I can't get an entire band to do an Alice in Chains tribute band out here. Let alone, hey, do you guys want to play these songs that nobody knows that I'm going to make sure you play exactly the way I want you to play them? And if you don't, I'm going to be angry. I don't know. It's going to be a hard one. But
this is Eric Miller here, who I saw was just doing some playing recently. He says, my band was going to do a Kickstarter to fund a vinyl, but we canceled it for fear that it would prove that no one cared for our music.
Exactly. I know. I look at my I joke about it, but it's true. Like I probably have like 9 followers on Spotify or whatever. It's like, is there a demand for me to play out? Like, do people even give a shit? Probably not. But but I don't have any there's no hangups about it. It is what it is. I just want to make music. So
Alan says lots of industries need music, haunted attractions, for example. So Alan works in the haunt industry. He does he runs his own haunted house, but then he also does attractions for different like amusement parks and things like that.
Oh, how cool.
So he is very hooked up into the haunt world, which like there's a show that he comes to here in St. Louis called Trans World. And Jeremy, you would absolutely love it. Like you and Laura would like it's like all. I walked in last year and there's like chains coming down from the ceiling with just like bloody body parts, like
Hell
on the
yeah.
chains. That some guy walked by me with like 4 just like dead bodies on a cart, and he's just wheeling it through like he's at Sam's Club with toilet paper or whatever.
Yeah. I love that type of stuff. That's cool.
It was interesting. So I would. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Jeremy, but if somebody has some work for Jeremy, hit him up and let him know. Theme songs, whatever. Music,
if that's something, I mean, I don't know. I mean, depending on what you want, I'm sure I could probably figure it out.
There you go.
I would suggest listening to what I put out first to make sure you're down.
I would be concerned if you called me up, Curtis. We're like, hey man, we're going to cosplay in St. Louis for TransCon. I have a feeling I wouldn't come dressed appropriately.
Yeah, it's not what it sounds like.
So, I mean, I'd still go because you invited me and I'm not a dick, but
there you go.
That's funny.
Would you dress come appropriately?
If for TransCon, yes, not knowing what it is. I know what it is now, but
did I just say that out loud?
You did.
So,
you did.
I'm gonna show up in the wrong angel costume and get called out by Jesse.
Jesse, Kevin gonna take you out.
Well,
that's a Victoria's Secret angel, not X Factor angel.
I have a box full of sealed CDs from my last album. So I had a band that put out a CD once, and it took us 10 years to get all of them out, and then we were giving them away for free. So,
well, there you go.
I won't tell you the name of that one.
Awesome. Well, folks, I know I've talked about it a lot on this show. So is Jesse. Above Legion's Con, even MuskeCon is my favorite show of the year. If you can make it, you really should try to make it. I know it's a one-day show, but it really feels like 2 full days of fun with friends. Because there's the setup on Friday, you've got the Mythic meetup. Saturday's the show, then you have the meal, the kind of group meal afterwards. It does feel like 2 full days full of just hanging out with awesome people. So like I said, if you can make it, definitely do so because it is awesome. Check out Jeremy's music on Spotify. Echoes Another Path. Anything else, guys, that you want to promote before we close out? Do a little show on Sundays, right? Something.
Yeah. My wife is going to kill me podcast. NSFW.
Yeah.
And the W stands for everybody. It should be NSE. Like it's not suitable for anybody, guys. It's terrible.
True.
But it's a lot of fun. Yeah. Couple of things just from the chat that I want to close out with. Kev HTX asked if flip-flops were welcome. And they absolutely are, unless you're Walter, because nobody wants to see that. And I
got Darla with that one, by the way, Pete. She's giggling across the room.
I got numerous compliments on my hat at the opening of the show. My Boston Scally. In fact, they even knew it was one of the punks. Little Legion's Con teaser for all my Boston Scally bros. There were so many people rocking them at last year's show. Jeremy Dewitt doing a little bit of art. There will be a Boston Scally pin that I will have at Legion's Con for us to rock. It should be kind of fun. So, yeah,
very nice.
So,
I do have one more question for you, Pete.
Yep.
And I know you've kind of looked into this a little bit in the past, but this year we've got an exclusive for Toylanta. We've got an exclusive for ZoloCon. We just found out that we've got an exclusive for ToyCon New Jersey. Seems like every show is doing an exclusive. When are we going to get a MuskeCon 4 Horsemen exclusive?
There will not be. So great conversations with the Horsemen. The show's just not big enough to pull it off. If someday it becomes bigger, but we actually kind of put a final pin in that discussion, because for everything that they're doing and for what I'm able to do, like, it just, as much as they of course would love to do one and I would love to have one, we're just not big enough, and it's nobody's fault. We tried. But no, the horsemen were super great to talk to and kind of work through that process, and the way they shared information and looking at everything. I will tell you that we are working on an exclusive. It will not be Mythic Legions, nor will it be in that scale.
Okay.
But
I wonder what that could be.
So, yeah.
All right.
And that's all stuff like I feel like, to be completely honest with you, some of the aspects of the show have become routine in a good way. The vendor hall and that kind of stuff, that's kind of like, that's got a life of its own now. We have so many returning vendors because thankfully so many people are so happy that, well, what's next? What can we do next? Again, bringing cosplay back, bringing panels back, the mythical meetup, getting the, horsemen to unveil some news, and getting into in the next couple of years, there will be an exclusive toy that's tied to MuskeCon. Cool. And that's really all that I can say, but that is a very natural next step. Because I just think it would be absolutely cool. Now, I will tell you my feelings on exclusives. Okay. A MuskeCon exclusive to me is first opportunity to get it at the show. But it's not a full-on gatekeep. If you don't make it, you're just out of luck. So more of a
debut.
Yeah, debut, and then also like I don't want to say like a MuskeCon style or a MuskeCon color or a MuskeCon sculpt, but it will be it's not going to be I don't want it to be a traditional exclusive that is, you got to drive to Muskegon, Michigan to get your hands on this. I want it to be available more than just for the show, even in a limited capacity. So that's important to me. And that's just my personal, and I defend anybody who does a full exclusive against all the people that crap on that. For me personally, I'd like to get it into the hands of people, because I also understand my show isn't big enough maybe for people to make the trek from California like Legions Con. I get that, and I'm good with it, but I do want to make sure that the accessibility is there for those that would want it that can't make the trek.
So you don't want an exclusive that excludes.
Yeah, exactly. I want a figure that's tied to MuskeCon.
An inclusive.
Whatever that term is in the business. I want people to go, oh, that's the MuskeCon blah 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 figure. You know what I mean? I want to make that association between a cool toy and a cool event, and elevate the con in that way.
Gotcha. Kirby says Legendary Barbarian was the hot ticket at MuskeCon last year. Yeah, I mean, we haven't heard if there's a traveling figure again this year. If so, my guess would be ZoloCon would be your first chance to get it. And if it falls in line like last year, MuskeCon would be your second chance to get it. So if there is one, stay tuned. So, so come to MuskeCon. Check out My Wife Is Going to Kill Me if you've got the testicular fortitude to make it through their show. Also, if you're into Masters of the Universe, Jeremy does a little podcast called Podcasters of the Universe. I know there's a new movie coming out. I'm not sure if you guys have heard. So I'm sure they've got plenty of stuff to talk about with that, as well as many Masters of the Universe toy lines out right now, including a couple different ones from Mondo and a bunch of stuff from Mattel. So if you're in that world and you like Masters, definitely check out that show.
Thank you.
And if you need any music, hit up Jeremy. So
yeah, or at least for now, just check out Another Path, Echoes, and The Dark Season.
There you go. Yeah. Anything else, fellas, before we put you backstage?
Hey, Curtis, when you went to high school, I'm assuming in the late 70s, I don't know much about you. Did they do mock elections at your high school?
No.
Okay. Well, G asked if who has the prettiest eyes, you or me. At my high school, my collections, I won prettiest eyes, so I guess that solidifies the answer to that question.
Okay. Well, there you go.
So,
I did have a union shop steward at my work tell me that my eyes were majestic once while we were in the middle of a heated discussion.
I can see that.
I didn't
You're
know how to
calling me
take that.
down, damn it.
Yeah. we were talking some serious stuff, and he's fighting for the union side, I'm fighting for the company side, and then he just stares at me and he goes, your eyes really are majestic.
That's a negotiation tactic. Did you agree to everything
Maybe
he
that's
said
what it
then?
was. Yeah, he totally threw me off. So all right, fellas, we're gonna put you backstage. If you've got to run, we totally understand. If not, hang out and we will be with you right as soon as we close out the show.
I'm gonna thank you guys so much. I'm gonna jump off. I appreciate you guys having me on. I look forward to seeing you guys soon.
Guys.
Yep. See you guys.
See you guys.
He loves us. All right. Well, that is a show, Jesse. I know initially we weren't supposed to have one because I was going to be traveling, but I'm glad we were able to put this together. And hopefully we talked a few more people into coming to MuskeCon. It sounds like maybe the Echevarias are on board. I'd love to see them. That would be awesome. Maybe they can pick up Big Greg and bring him as well. So that'd be cool.
Would be sweet.
But I do know that I'm going to see you at MuskeCon.
Unless you don't.
Oh, ooh. And I think we got a show next week. I have no idea who we have or what's going on.
Why does it matter who we have?
Exactly.
I mean, it'll matter. I mean, it matters, but like
you'll be here. I'll be here.
You'll
These
find
fine
out.
Folks will be here.
Yeah. But yes, we'll be back next week. I had a slide, but Curtis took the slideshow out. It doesn't have anything on it. It just has the episode number, so you don't have to pull it back up. Yeah, so that's coming up next week. Another episode, more whatever this is for me. I think William or someone commented about enjoying seeing the positivity coming from me recently. So thank you for that. I'm really not trying because I'm not putting it on. It's not a facade. It's genuine. But yeah, I'm liking this whole new shift, this whatever's going on in my life. So
Kevin will be gone by next Sunday, so Kevin cannot be our guest next Sunday on the show.
Kevin is hopefully getting, unless something happens because of the snow, it's scheduled for sometime Wednesday, and Kevin will be gone. And I'm assuming they're going to biopsy, do some studies, and then incinerate the crap out of him or whatever they do.
I can't wait to see Kevin's final, video or whatever. So.
Yes. And thank you. I don't do the I don't do the driving one anymore. I realized even though I felt completely safe and engaged with the road that, that might give the wrong impression. So I stopped doing them while I was driving. So yeah, but no, stay tuned. I'm still processing a lot of stuff. So I will be getting into stuff for sale at some point. Pete and Jeremy actually.
Stay tuned in the Cabal for your sales post and stuff, or is there somewhere else that they should be looking for that?
I might put it up as I'm debating how I want to do that. If I do it as like a Facebook marketplace and then just share the link in a couple of groups, so it's not it draws everybody to the same place. Mm-hmm. I won't post it in the Cabal until I have Legion stuff on there, and that's the last set of stuff I'm processing. So I gotta make sure all the comics I'm getting rid of are bagged and boarded, and I want to get everything organized and all this stuff. So, I don't know, Alan, if I do, I do have a couple of trolls. So depending on, we'll see, but, yes. But yeah, it'll be on the Legend Daddies page. And I know you said Purple Gang is a good place to share stuff, so I'll make sure it's cool to post it
Purple
there.
Gang group is a good one.
And just on my own page. So,
Alan, I have a couple extra trolls. I don't ever put them up for sale because it just sucks to ship them. But if you're interested and you want to pick them up when you're out here in March for the show, we might be able to work something out. So let me know. So that's
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we'll be back next week. I have no idea what else I've got going on. I did my first customizing studio live stream today. My Wi-Fi was out. StreamYard was acting weird, so we were having audio problems. So I was out, I was in, Jay was out, Jay was in. It was a mess, but we had fun. I'm going to continue to do those on Sundays. I will definitely be on Mod Squad this upcoming Saturday. Other than that, I'm not sure what's going to happen this week. Maybe I'll get to an Exploded review. Or
So we didn't get a travel toy from you like we thought we were going to get.
We did
this
not.
week.
That's why we got this show, though. And that's why we got Customizing Studio earlier. So
step down, I guess.
Oh, and mail call this upcoming Friday. I will be doing a giveaway for members only. So if you're a member, you have a chance to win a giveaway this Friday when I'm talking with Blake. I did see somebody on here Freaks had mentioned Toy Hammer After Dark. So once you're done here, if you're into Toy Warhammer or any Warhammer stuff, or if you just like Blake, Carlos, or Wraith Mace, go over to the Wraith Mace channel on YouTube and check those guys out. I know they've been doing giveaways each Sunday. So yeah, go show some love over there. Beautiful.
Nice.
I think that's it.
All
man.
right. All right. Well, stay tuned to the Art by Ackerman channel, the Just Shelve channel, YouTube's, Instagrams, all that jazz. Be cool. Be positive. Find something good every day. Doesn't have to be a big thing. Just your lunch.
It's easy
dinner.
to be miserable. It takes some work to be happy, but it's worth it.
Yeah. And, like small things. Add one small thing every day that makes you happy or that you can find joy and peace or whatever in and go from there. One step at a time. And until next time, folks.
What's on your shelf?
No!